Hello, and welcome to this 25-minute Hatha yoga practice. We're going to start in Sukhasana, or cross-legged position, and begin to roll your shoulders back, releasing any tension within the body. And you can begin to close your eyes and focus on your breath. Today we'll be moving through a beginner to intermediate flow, and in true Hatha yoga fashion, we'll be moving at a slower and more moderate pace, and we'll also be holding each pose for a bit longer. But as we're here, continue to focus on your breath, expanding your inhales and exhales, and beginning to just ground into the practice. And now we're going to begin some diaphragmatic breathing. So place one hand on your belly and place the other on your heart. And on an inhale, feel your belly expand. Feel your hand rise. And feel the breath traveling to your chest. Feel the chest expand and hold. And exhale. Feel your belly contract. Feel the breath traveling up and out. And inhale. Feel the belly expand again. Feel your hand rising. Feel the breath expanding throughout your whole entire body. And hold. And exhale, release. Feel the breath traveling up and out. Feel the belly contracting and the chest caving in. Inhale, focusing on the expansion of the belly and the expansion of the chest as the breath travels. Hold. Exhale, release. Chest contracts, belly contracts. And just continue to repeat this breath on your own timing. And now bring your breath back to its natural state, feeling the effects of the breathing practice that we just did. And from here, you can bring your hands back onto your knees and begin to open your eyes. And now rock your head over to the right, getting a nice stretch in the left side of the neck. And now rock your head over to the left, stretching out the right side of your neck. And now bring your head to center, and we're going to start doing some neck rolls. So roll your neck in one direction a few times. And now switch to the other direction. And bring your head to center. And from here, you're going to place your right hand onto the mat and stretch your left arm over, getting a side body stretch. And now place your left hand on the mat and stretch your right arm over. And now we're going to come into a seated twist. So bring your right hand behind you on the mat and grab your right knee with your left hand and twist. And now repeat on the other side, bringing the left hand behind you and grabbing your left knee with your right hand. And return to center. From here, we're going to come into a tabletop position. We're going to come on all fours. And you're going to start with a neutral spine. Then we're going to come into cat-cows. So inhale, arch the spine, look up. Exhale, round your back, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rounding the back, look down. Inhale, arching the spine. Exhale, rounding, looking down. Inhale, looking up. And exhale. Return to a neutral spine and walk your hands towards the top of the mat. Lower all the way down. On an inhale, roll your shoulders back and push up into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. And then lower down again. Push yourself into tabletop position and tuck the toes under and come into downward facing dog. You can pedal out in the feet or you can just stay still. And then on an inhale, bend your knees and step to the top of the mat. Come into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up into Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart. Reach your arms up above your head and now grab your left wrist with your right hand and step your left foot back behind your right, stretching over to the right. And now grab your right wrist with your left hand and place your right foot behind your left and stretch over to the left. And now return to center and bring your hands to your heart and just breathe here. From here, we're going to do a few rounds of traditional Surya Namaskar. So on an inhale, bring your hands up over your head and exhale, dive down and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the right foot back, coming into a low lunge. Hold here. And now meet your left knee with your right, coming into a modified plank. And you're going to lower down to a modified chaturanga. Push through and up to cobra on an inhale. Lower down and push yourself back into downward facing dog. And step your right foot in between your hands, coming into a low lunge. Now step your left foot to the top of the mat, meeting your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the left foot back, coming into a low lunge, and hold here. And now meet your right knee with your left, coming into a modified plank. Lower down. Push through and up into Bhujangasana. Lower yourself down again and push back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And now step your left foot to the top of the mat, coming into a low lunge. Tuck the right toes under, step to the top of the mat, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, step the right foot back, coming into a low lunge, hold here. And now meet your left knee with your right and lower down into a modified chaturanga. Push through and up into cobra, lower down, and push yourself back into downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the top of the mat, coming into a low lunge, and meet your left foot with your right. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, step the left foot back into a low lunge. And now meet your right knee with your left, lower down, modified chaturanga, push through and up into Bhujangasana, cobra, lower down, and push back into downward facing dog. Now step your left foot to the top of the mat, low lunge, and meet your right foot with your left. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching your arms over your head, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Step your right foot back, but this time have the knee lifted. And now meet your left foot with your right, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Now step your right foot to the top of the mat and meet your left foot with your right. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your arms over your head, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Step the left foot back this time, knee lifted. And now step the right foot back to meet the left and lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the left knee to the top of the mat and meet your right foot with your left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, and exhale, hands to heart. Take a moment here to just catch your breath and connect with it. And now inhale, reach your arms over your head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up, coming into three-legged dog. Exhale, bring that knee into your chest and step to the top of the mat. Pivot on your left foot and windmill the arms, coming into Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2. Hold here. And now flip the palm and come back into reverse triangle, reaching your right arm up and over, and hold here. And now come forward, bending into the right knee, coming into side angle pose, holding here for a bit. And from here, straighten the right leg, and we're going to come into goddess pose. So bring your hands to your heart and bend your knees and hold here for a second. And now bring your left hand to the mat, reaching your right arm up and over. and repeat on the other side. Right hand comes to the mat, left arm reaches up and over. And return to center and straighten your legs as you turn your feet in, reaching your arms over your head, and come forward into wide-legged forward fold. And now begin to walk your hands to the back of the mat, facing your left leg, coming into a low lunge, and step your left foot back, coming into a plank, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog, facing the back of the mat. Inhale, reach your left leg in the air, three-legged dog. And exhale, bring that knee into your chest, step it to the top of the mat, and pivot on your right foot. Windmill the arms, coming into Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Flip the palm and shift back into reverse triangle and hold here. And now bend into your left knee, reach your right arm up and over, coming into side angle pose. You can always modify and rest your left elbow on your left thigh as well. And now begin to straighten your left leg, pushing yourself up, turning the toes out, coming into goddess with the hands at the heart. We're going to repeat those side body stretches, so place your left hand to the mat, reaching your right arm up and over, and repeat on the other side, placing the right hand down, left arm up and over, and return to center, straighten the legs, turn the feet in, come into wide-legged forward fold. You can stay still here or you can rock side to side. And begin to walk your hands to the top of the mat, facing your right leg, coming into a low lunge. Step the right foot to meet the left, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to come into malasana. So step your left foot towards the outside of your left hand and step your right foot towards the outside of your right hand. And lower the hips down, bringing the hands in prayer position and using the elbows to push the knees out. We're going to stay here holding this pose for a bit. If your heels don't completely touch the mat, that's totally okay. You can always use a block to sit on as well for extra support, or you can bring your hands to the mat like I am here, and you can also rock side to side if that feels good for a little more mobility. And now we're going to come out of this pose. Place your hands behind you to come out instead of in front of you like I did, so that you can have a much smoother transition. But we're going to come into Paschimottanasana, otherwise known as seated forward fold. So raise your arms up over your head and fold forward, grabbing your feet or grabbing your ankles. And now lift your head up and gently come out of this pose. From here, we're going to come into a reverse plank. So place both of your hands beside you, roll your shoulders back, and lift your hips up, rooting down in your palms, using the strength of your shoulders to hold you up. And now you can begin to lower your hips and come out of this pose. And from here, we're going to come onto our backs, so shift forward a little bit and gently roll yourself all the way down. And from here, we're going to come into a bridge pose, so begin to lift your hips up and roll your shoulder blades underneath you. You can also clasp the hands together, or you can just leave the hands on the mat. And just hold here. Now begin to let go of any bind that you have and gently lower your hips down. And from here, bring your knees into your chest and hug them in. You can make little circles with your knees. You can rock side to side, massaging your lower back. And now place your left hand to the outside of your right knee and twist over to the left with both knees facing the left side. Extend the right arm over to the right, keeping that shoulder grounded, and keep your gaze to the right as well. And you're just going to hold this twist and breathe deeply here. And now begin to bring both of your knees into your chest again, hug them in, and we're going to repeat this on the other side. So bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee and bring those knees over to the right, keeping your gaze to the left and your left arm stretched out to the left. And now slowly come out, bringing both of your knees into your chest once more, rocking side to side, massaging the spine. And from here, place your hands underneath your knees and use your core strength to rock up and rock down, rock back up, keeping your core tight, and rock up and down the spine until you come into a seat. And from here, we're going to come into Baddha Konasana, so bring the soles of your feet together, knees facing out, and grab the outsides of your feet. And you can stay up here if this stretch feels good, or you can lower yourself down, stretching over your legs. If you're folded over the legs, gently bring yourself back up. And from here, we're going to come into Sukhasana, or you can just have one foot in front of the other. And rest your hands on your knees. Begin to close your eyes. You can either have the palms facing up or down. And just take a moment to return to your breath, to return to your center, to return to any intentions that you might have set at the beginning of this class, and to let this practice that we just did on the mat marinate within the body. And whether you're practicing this in the beginning of your day, at the end of your day, or in the middle, just take a second to release anything that has happened, anything that's happened yesterday, anything that's happened today, and to remember that you can always return to this feeling of peace and stillness within you, and that it's okay and safe to leave it all behind for a second and return to the one thing that's always here, the present moment, to return to your center and your breath and the truth of who you are. If you would like to stay in this meditation for longer, then please feel free to pause the video and do so, but otherwise you can begin to open your eyes. And together on an inhale, let's raise our arms up, and exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Once more, inhale, raising the arms up, and exhale, hands to heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this flow, and I will see you guys in a video soon. Bye.